Do not trust the house on the hill. Ashvale House, they call it, a name whispered with fear. Locals spin tales of its hunger, its insatiable appetite for souls. I should have listened. I should have heeded their warnings, but curiosity, like a siren's call, lured me in. Now I am trapped within its suffocating embrace. This is my confession, my warning. This house, it is alive, it breathes, it hungers, and it will not rest until it claims your soul, like it claimed his. It arrived on a crisp autumn evening. The invitation, a thick black envelope sealed with crimson wax, an address scrawled in elegant cursive, Ashvale House, no sender's name. A chill ran down my spine as I read the words, a sense of foreboding settling in my gut. Kyle, my roommate, dismissed it as a prank, a Halloween joke, he chuckled. But I couldn't shake the feeling of dread that clung to the invitation like a shroud. My curiosity, however, outweighed my fear, a decision I would come to regret. The road to Ashvale House was shrouded in an unnatural fog, a thick, swirling mist that seemed to cling to our car as we drove. The air grew heavy, oppressive. It pressed down on us, suffocating any sense of joy or excitement. As the fog parted, the house loomed before us. A grotesque silhouette against the dying light, its windows dark and vacant, stared back at us like the eyes of a predator. The house felt alive, watching, waiting. The interior was a labyrinth of twisting corridors and shadowy corners. Cobwebs clung to ornate furniture, and dust lay thick on the floor. The air hung heavy with the scent of decay and something else, something ancient and malevolent. Mirrors adorned the walls, each one reflecting a distorted image of the house and its inhabitants. The reflections seemed to shift and writhe, as if alive with some unseen energy. It was deeply unsettling, disorienting. We were being watched, judged. Section 5 trapped within the beast's belly. The doors slammed shut with a deafening boom. We were trapped. Panic welled up inside me as we ran from room to room, each one more bizarre and unsettling than the last. The house was playing with us, toying with us like a cat with a mouse. Walls shifted, corridors extended, and staircases led to nowhere. Laughter, cold and mocking, echoed through the halls. We were lost in its twisted game, pawns in its deadly game. Section 6, The Mirror's Hunger. We stumbled into a room dominated by a massive antique mirror. Its silver surface rippled like water disturbed by a gentle breeze. Then it happened. A void opened within its depths, a swirling vortex of darkness that pulsed with an alluring yet terrifying energy. Kyle, mesmerized by the spectacle, stepped closer. He reached out, his hand disappearing into the black abyss. "Don't!" I screamed, my voice raw with terror, but it was too late. The mirror, like a hungry beast, had claimed its prey. Section 7. A face stolen, a soul devoured. In the dead of night the house stood silent, its darkened windows like eyes watching, waiting. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. The void in the mirror erupted, tendrils of shadow lashing out to ensnare Kyle. These tendrils, like living shadows, moved with a sinister grace, wrapping around his limbs and pulling him towards the mirror's cold, unyielding surface. He screamed as they dragged him closer, his body contorting at impossible angles. His cries echoed through the empty halls, a chilling symphony of agony and despair. Each movement was a struggle, each breath a battle against the encroaching darkness. His face, twisted in a mask of horror, reflected in the mirror's surface. Then silence. The silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos that had just unfolded. His eyes, wide with terror, seemed to plead for help that would never come. The mirror returned to its pristine state, its surface as smooth and reflective as glass. But Kyle was gone, vanished, consumed by the darkness. The room, once filled with his presence, now felt emptier than ever, as if the very essence of life had been sucked out. Only his terrified reflection lingered for a fleeting moment, a haunting reminder of the house's insatiable hunger. The mirror, now just an ordinary object, held the last vestiges of his existence, a ghostly imprint of a soul, devoured by the void. The house, satisfied for now, returned to its eerie stillness, waiting for its next victim. Section 8. The House That Feeds on Fear. I was alone, trapped with a predator that fed on fear. The house had taken Kyle, stolen his essence. I could feel its malevolent presence all around me, in the shadows that danced on the walls, in the whispers that slithered through the halls. Each footstep echoed with deafening finality in the oppressive silence. Every creak of the floorboards sent shivers down my spine. I was a prisoner in a nightmare, hunted by an entity beyond comprehension. Section 9. Escape from the Jaws of Oblivion. Driven by a primal instinct to survive, I fled. My breath came in ragged gasps, each step echoing in the oppressive silence of the house. I ran through the ever-shifting maze, my heart pounding against my ribs. The walls seemed to close in on me, twisting and turning as if the house itself was alive, reshaping to trap me. The house, amused by my desperation, toyed with me, herding me like a sheep through its treacherous labyrinth. Every corner I turned led to another dead end. Every door I opened revealed more darkness. Just when hope began to dwindle, I stumbled upon a hidden passage. It was almost as if the house had grown tired of its game, offering me a sliver of hope. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow, dimly lit corridor. A secret corridor leading out of the house into the cold embrace of the night. I didn't look back. The chill of the night air was a stark contrast to the suffocating atmosphere inside. My legs burned, but I pushed on, driven by the fear of what lay behind. Didn't dare to breathe until the suffocating presence of Ashvale House faded into a distant nightmare. The house, now a mere silhouette against the moonlit sky, seemed to watch me with unseen eyes. I knew I'd escaped its physical grasp, but the memories of that night would haunt me forever. The terror, the desperation, the feeling of being hunted, they would remain etched in my mind, a constant reminder of the night I escaped from the jaws of oblivion. Section 10. Forever haunted by the abyss. In the depths of Ashvale, where shadows dance and whispers linger, lies a house that holds more than just memories. It holds the essence of fear itself. I escaped the clutches of Ashvale House, but its mark remains etched upon my soul. Every creak of the floorboards, every gust of wind through the broken windows echoes in my mind, a constant reminder of the horrors I faced. The memory of Kyle, his face contorted in terror, haunts my waking hours and invades my dreams. His screams, a symphony of despair, play on an endless loop, a haunting melody that I cannot escape. The house on the hill still stands, a monument to my folly. Its walls, once a sanctuary, now a prison of my own making. The dark clouds that loom overhead are a constant reminder of the storm that rages within me, a silent predator lying in wait, its hunger never truly satiated. The house breathes, it lives, it waits. It knows that one day I might return, drawn by the very fear that repels me, and I, forever changed by my encounter, am left to grapple with the chilling truth. Some doors are not meant to be opened, and some houses are best left undisturbed. The abyss of Ashvale House is a void that consumes all who dare to enter, leaving them forever haunted by its darkness. The echoes of the past, the shadows of the present, and the uncertainty of the future all converge in that forsaken place. It is a reminder that some mysteries are better left unsolved, and some fears are best left unspoken.